morning. It's slightly crooked is what it is. It's September the 12th, and I'm down on South Albert. Just brought the car in to OK Tire. That'll free plug there. I'm going to walk down to my left here to the west and come back, get the car, and then go find a coffee shop to work in while I wait for them to finish up the service. So that's the plan. Again, my horizon looks a little off, but I don't have much control over that. Now, could I go down the alley there? Let's go take a look, possibly. Might not take me all the way down to Gordon Road, though, so I might not want to go that way. I'm not exactly sure how far I'll go. If I remember the distances pretty well, I think I could probably walk all the way over to the community gardens at the south end of... Yeah, this works. I'll take a little walk down the alley here, which for some reason has mud. I'm not sure why. I don't believe there's any way through anywhere here until you get all the way down to Gordon Road. On the writing publishing front today is more editing. Trying to get an editing job done before go to Edmonton on Friday. One reason I'm getting the car done is because it's due for service and we've got this long drive coming up. And yeah, I've also got a consultation with an accountant this afternoon, and tonight going out for dinner with my family and my brother and sister-in-law who are in town, so looking forward to that. This is McDonald's here, a drive-through we're coming up behind. Again, more and more yellow. Every day we walk, every day I walk, the streets will be yellower, trees will be yellower, streets will be the same color. Okay, the alley curves here, so I'm not exactly sure what's going to happen to me up here. I hope I haven't trapped myself. I don't think it's a dead end. There's no signs indicating that. Probably curves around to whatever the next street over is. Never walked back here before. Could go through the grass, but I won't. Follow the alley. Yeah, this just brings us out to whatever this street is. I do apologize for the camera seeming to be a little unlevel. Maybe it'll fix itself, but then again, maybe it won't. Ow. Potholes in this alley for some reason. We will carry on in this direction, heading east. I've walked down here before, but not all that recently. This is one of the areas where they have the city trees are between the sidewalk and the street, which I think is nicer than what we've got in our crescent, where the city trees are on the sidewalk is right up against the curb, and then the trees are on the other side. There's a three-way stop up here. And a school. There's also a park. which we'll probably walk through. If I've got enough time, and I have as much time as I want really, except I've got things to do, I'm going to try to get, there's some community gardens down on the edge of town, south of Gordon Road, between there and the Ring Road. So I might see if I get there or not. I think it's only about a 20-25 minute walk from Albert Street to the university, which means that's about how far it is to those gardens. Although they are a bit further down that way, but not too much. Yeah. Yeah, is this a three-way stop? I think it's a three-way stop. And not... not a yield for the people coming that way, but it might be a yield for the people coming that way. No, it's a stop. So down here's the school, but there's also a park in behind it. Whitmore Park School. If I remember right, maybe not. We'll stick to the front of the school here. Oh, this isn't the school. This is Hillsdale Baptist. That's what this is. The school's further up. I don't want to walk by the school, so we'll probably turn left here, begin to make my way that way. I've been in this church building. I don't remember why. I know I was here picking something up or dropping something off or rehearsing something. I just don't remember. Just know I've been in it. Picking something up, I think, or dropping something off, as I said. Yeah, the park's further down, but in order to avoid walking by all the kids, I will come this way and see where that takes me. The trouble is everything curves, so you can get kind of stuck going in a direction you don't want to. As long as the sun's in my face, I'm headed in the right direction. Yeah. And indeed, this is going to curve me to the left. It's not really what I want, but I don't think there's any way through. Sometimes there is, but I don't think there is to the park over there, unless it's right here. Does this go between the houses, or is it somebody's sidewalk? Well, this goes... I think this goes to the park between people's houses, is what I think that is. It looks that way. I don't think it's part of this house because of the way the fences look. These take us to the alley. Bingo. Back of the school. But also the park. We'll take this path over here rather than going down where the kids are. Oof. Unexpected drop. So yeah, they have one of these schools that has a park out behind it as well, so they essentially have a really big playground. Go past the baseball diamond here. Practically hilly here compared to some parks. There's a kind of a bridge over there that I've often walked over. I've never walked along this part of the path before. It was 7 degrees when I got up, a bit warmer than that now. Going to 23, so a beautiful fall day. Not quite fall officially, but effectively fall. Only says bad on the sign, but I think somebody has stripped off what it's supposed to say, which is probably Badham or something like that. I'm going to go down here because I want to make sure I don't get stuck too far north of the... let's see, there's a nice path there with kind of a split rail fence along it. It's a place to sit. And the interesting things about these neighborhoods is that they don't have proper alleys. You just have this sort of thing. Had dew, it'd be wet as well. I have walked down them in the past. There you go. Yes, Mike Badham Park. I figured that's what it was. Mike Badham was a city councillor who died in a car accident. That's one of the ways that they remember him. Road closed. Well, I wasn't planning to walk that way anyway. Keep going this way. Not sure what they're doing, but they're doing it. Tree branches. Oh, they're digging up the sidewalk. Probably a water main or something like that. Very bright going this way, so nobody has said hello, but if you do, I may not be able to read it unless we're in the shade. That's better, but still nobody has said hello, so it doesn't matter if I can read it or not. So it looks mostly like summer down here, except in isolated spots you'll see the flash of a yellowing tree or yellow tree. I think this isn't Gordon Road, so we still have to go further south to get to these gardens I'm thinking of, if I'm going to make it that far. But again, you have to be careful you don't get caught on a crescent somewhere. Which just curves you around, doesn't take you where you want to go. And I'm doing this by feel, not by any strong sense of where I'm going. So look at the street signs and find out if it's a crescent or a something else. I think this will work. We'll go down this way. Hopefully run into fewer kids. Yeah, I think that's got to be Gordon Road down there, and then I see the ring road beyond it, so that's where I want to be. park, actually. Like, that's a crescent, so it looks promising, but it would just haul you around and dump you back out again. That one there. I'll watch my time. I don't know if I'll get as far as the gardens or not. I don't want to spend more than an hour on this, and probably already 15 minutes in. So. No, wait, can't be Gordon Road. Let me think about that. I don't know if it's still called Gordon Road. We're actually south of where Gordon Road starts on Albert Street. Some geese going over. So you can see the cars zipping by up there. That's the ring road, so that's the southern edge of town, basically, we're coming up to. There is a park, but I don't know if there's a path that runs right down at the edge of town or not. Sometimes there is. Like on the other side there's kind of a path that runs on a dike or a berm. This is Shannon Park. I don't see any promising paths going into it. I mean, there's grass obviously, but I have a feeling there's no path over there. It's a Shannon Road, okay. Actually south of Gordon Road. I'm gonna go in here a little ways, just see what's what. Playground over there. Again, that's the ring road zipping by. It's possible you might be able to walk right along that fence down quite a ways. But whether they encourage it or discourage it, I don't know. So if I get over there and I can't do it, then I probably left myself with no good options except to walk back again. Anyway, ring road, prairie beyond that. Be able to walk down behind it here. We'll find out in a minute. Certainly a bit of a path here, but does it carry on down by the fence far enough to be any good to me? Looks like it might. Yeah, well, basically the fence ends, and yeah, there's a path. We will take it as the cars go zipping by there. Jolly Berry. So here we are walking along right at the edge, southern edge of town. I don't know where the city limits are, they're further out. Basically, you think of the ring road as being the edge of town here. So cars zipping by right over there, but in here, it's almost like walking in the woods. Of course, houses to my left, all behind fences, generally to keep out the noise of the ring road. They would want a good sound barrier. So it's not really an alley, but it would be used by utility vehicles if they needed to get back here for some reason. If there's some sort of switching thing up here. Probably SaskPower, so SaskPower had to get back here. They would use this path. Occasionally somebody has a fence you can see through. Still got a ways to go on the fall colors. I actually think probably because we haven't had frost yet, they're not in a rush this year. But bit by bit, this will all turn yellow over the next couple of weeks probably. Another one, they have a nice garden in the back, looks like. Power distribution node, I don't know what you call them officially. Big backyards. I suppose we have a big backyard, kind of, but we also have a garage sitting in it. As do some of these people, actually. And they got all those spruces. They're all moving faster than I am. Once I'm here, I'm kind of stuck here. There's an occasional path through, but they're not very common. Go back up to Shannon Road. I'll walk back on the street. Oh, another big backyard. Look at that. Trampoline, half basketball court. Huge. Play football back there almost. Lots of gardens in here too, in some of these big backyards. You have lots of grass and still have room for a decent garden. There's a tree house, looks like. Playhouse. It's not in a tree. So I don't know if it counts as a tree house. But very nice in here, except for the sound of the traffic, of which there is a lot. A little uneven. Not even a fence on this one. They might have deer in their backyard with no fence. That's a rather forbidding looking fence, clearly intended as a sound barrier. Since there's a big gap on one end, it's not intended to keep people out so much as keep out the sound. Excuse me. So here's a path that would take us back to Shannon Road, if we chose to take it, which I'm not. Mostly watching out for gopher holes. It's a bit uneven back here. If I broke my leg, I could lie here for a while before anybody found me. There's a tree turning yellow with enthusiasm. Gap in the trees. Oof! Again, unexpectedly, they drop from the ground level. Ooh, look at that sunflower. It's as tall as a tree. I think it opens out up here, so we may be getting close. And there's the SIAST, or Saskatchewan Polytechnic over there, which is across the road and a bit further from where the gardens are, so I don't think we're too much farther. Probably will be a good solid hour by the time I get back to where I left my computer at the car place, OK Tire. And I'll pick it up, and there's a Starbucks in the Save On Foods across the street that I plan to go work in until the car's ready. Oh, there's somebody else out here. And it's a dog, of course. My first dog, actually. Lots of kids, but my first dog. Oof. Good morning. Clearly the dog didn't expect to see anybody else out here. Now we're just out in the sun. Edge of town just over there. Again, that's Saskatchewan Polytechnic over there. I should get out there and walk sometime soon too. People are always interested, especially people who are planning to attend. It used to be a hospital, Plains Health Center. In fact, my dad had his bypass surgery there many, many years ago, in the 80s. Trees have kind of vanished now. I think that's a path. I think that, oh, it might be a bit of a park actually. Is it? Yeah, I guess it is. Do I want to go in that way? I might. I'm trying to remember this. I think I do want to go behind the fence here. I think I might get trapped if I keep going that way. And we'll go on this side of the fence. I just don't know if the fence has another break in it or not. So here's another little bit of a park. Oh, somebody said hello. Michelle, hi. Right on the edge of town here. Southern edge. And once we get past a little bit further, there are some community gardens, which is my ultimate goal here. Before I do my turnaround, head back the other way. I've only encountered one person back here, and that was the guy with the dog back there. Otherwise, it's just been me. So over there's the exit that takes you to Saskatchewan Polytechnic, and also the West Canada Country Club, where we have membership. How long have I been walking? 31 minutes, yeah, so it'll be a good solid hour this walk. And then some. A bit further than I remembered it, but that's okay. There's Polytechnic, used to be called SIAST, Saskatchewan Institute for Applied Science and Technology. Now it's called Sask Polytechnic. So technical school, trade school, whatever you want to call it. And out there's prairie. There's another line of trees along a road, but I'm going to find some shade to walk in coming back. I got warmer than I expected, and I'm wearing a sweater because the air was cool. Should have known better. Should have left it at the car place with OK Tire with my computer bag. I am glad I didn't try to lug the computer bag on this walk. Community gardens should come into sight up here pretty quick. I can't place them exactly in my head with regard to everything else, but I know they're down at this end, so. Things are opening up here. There they are, over there. Oop. Hello. Morning. Hello. There's the gardens. We'll go take a turn through them and then turn around and head back. University's over there. You can see bits of it through the trees. This is basically a patch of prairie. What everything would look like if people hadn't planted trees. Do I walk through it to cut off part of my walk? I don't think so. I think I'll go through, down around the end, and then head back. That's the plan. See a bit more color in the trees over there. Over on this side, of course, it's residential area. Oh, someone has made a bit of a path through the long grass here, so let's take that. I don't actually see a lot of grasshoppers jumping up. Either it wasn't a bad year for them or too late in the year to see them. Sometimes they jump up in hordes when you walk through the grass. Yeah, that's the main university campus right ahead of us there. Oh, this path kind of peters out along here, which is kind of weird. Why would it do that? Why wouldn't it keep going? But there's some ruts here I could follow. So I've often walked to the Regina community gardens over on the west side of town. So this is another community garden, bigger actually. I don't know what its name is exactly, but people are probably starting to harvest vegetables and stuff. Getting a little further away from the ring road, so it's a bit quieter. Lots and lots of plots. Presumably everybody knows where they are and they don't lose the plot. There's a path we can take down through the middle of it. It's more interesting than where we are. So yeah, some stuff has been harvested, some hasn't. That looks like corn there. Some of it's looking kind of old, even though there hasn't been frost. Often at the other one, I'll smell a lot of dill when I walk around. I think there's another path here. Small sunflowers. Some tomatoes down here. Oh, there's a whiff of dill. I guess there's a little signpost here that point you in specific directions. Bank of flowers of some sort. As you can tell, I'm not really a plant person, so it's like, oh, look, there's some flower things. Sunflowers I recognize. Tomatoes I'm pretty good at. Corn I recognize. After all, I come from the part of the world, at least my relatives do, where the corn is as high as an elephant's eye. Oh, Oklahoma. I never lived there, but my grandparents did. So I was there many times as a youth. So we take this one. And the university dead ahead. Let's go to the left and join up with the actual road here. I think we'll just pass on through, and that'll be our turnaround point. And then after that, it's heading back toward the car. So 35 minutes to here. So it'll definitely be an hour and a bit more by the time I get back. I might get back a bit faster because I won't be walking on rough ground. Oh, I smell dill along here too. And some of them are already kind of empty, so people have already harvested, and we're already past the peak, even though there hasn't been frost yet. Scarecrow in a Riders jersey there. Very faded Canadian flag flying over there. And I think I will go on up and get on the main road now. Not walking all the way to the university this time. school bus. Let's try to avoid being run over by that. Probably go viral, but I'm gonna go viral because I got run over by something while walking. Cross over whenever there's no cars coming. That seems like the best bet. Okay. Homeward bound. My shoelace has come untied, though. I may have to stop and do something about that. Yes, I think I'm going to have to. So, we're going to go for a ride here and end up pointing up at the sky while I tie my shoelace. Hopefully you're seeing some nice leaves up there.